I'm in the trap, I'ma get more figures. I'm with the team, counting these racks. Let's get more, nigga. I'm legendary, Mike Jack, thriller, thriller, thriller. Mike Myers on the track, killer, killer, killer. I'm in the streets, I'm in the trap, I'ma get more figures. I'm with the team, counting these racks. Let's get more, nigga. I'm legendary, Mike Jack, thriller, thriller, thriller. Mike Myers on the track, killer, killer, killer. I wear fly kicks like Liu Kang, beat my shoe game. I'm quick like Bruce Lee, get hit with a two-piece. Drip is on fleek, I feel like Bruce Wayne. I'm killing all these rappers lyrically, ayy. Got a body count, so they fearing me, ayy. They heard the bars, so they scared of me. Hit with a couple shots, but ain't killing me, ayy. I'ma hit you in your chest and give you an uppercut. Grab you by your neck and puncture your jugular. They tryna compete, but can't really fuck with us. They some lazy rappers, we really hustle.
Okay, first I was gonna lead in with I didn't know that Liu Kang wore any particularly noteworthy footwear. I have never thought of Liu Kang's shoes.
He's doing flying kicks. He's Liu Kang. He's this character in a fighting game. He does fly kicks.
Oh, I thought he said he had fly kicks.
He's got fly kicks, as in he has a flying jump kick.
Oh,
it is a pun.
I see now. Okay.
You got the wrong aspect of that. I thought you would get the fighting game pun. Obviously, everybody knows fly kicks, of course, but yeah. Well, but not to defend this.
I got distracted by the fact that he rhymed uppercut with jugular.
I thought that was fucking rad. This guy's awesome. Rice Hendricks has got the bars, man.
He's dancing around in a Jason mask, but he's got the knife. Well, I guess Jason probably had a knife at some point, but
but he calls himself Mike Myers constantly.
He's calling himself Mike Myers the whole time. He's got the hockey mask. Or no, that is a Mike Myers mask. I was mistaken again. I have everything. No.
That is a Jason Voorhees mask. It is a hockey mask. Oh no, it's not. It's really blurry.
No. It's just absolutely like Michael Myers.
Oh, the Michael Myers is a full head sort of thing. Like it covers like the top of your head and has hair on it.
Yeah, but the face.
Yes,
he has the face.
You're right.
He's the shape.
I was looking at a blurred frame.
The knife is Michael Myers. Yes, that's all correct. That's good.
Okay. Well, so we keep trying to punch holes in this thing, but it's fucking airtight.
I think it's fucking rock solid, dude. I think this is better than our podcast.
That is a sturdy foundation. He's got the energy. Where is he? Is this in the street?
He's in a neighborhood in like New Hampshire. It looks like.
I will spit on my drink. Yeah, look at that. It's just a lovely fall afternoon.
He's walking
middle of the day.
Yeah. Much like the real Michael Myers, he's standing outside on a nice breezy day.
I want to cut him in to the shot of Michael Myers standing behind the bush from original Halloween, but it's him dancing back there.
Yeah,
I'm loving this.
I need to get I need to get this on the screen.
This is amazing. You know what? This guy rocks. This is the exact energy I'm looking for. He doesn't, he's jumping around. He's feeling it. He's pointing the knife at the camera. He does the what's the Fortnite dance? That's not the Millie Rock. What's the one where you do the kicking and
I forget what that one's called. I only know the main.
Yeah, he does that with the knife, which is pretty funny.
He doesn't floss. He should floss, but yeah, he does the kicky one. He does the kicky in place one.
I'm sorry, go to the time. Go to 120.
This is almost certainly a real knife, by the way. This is like
go to 120. He does the Michael Myers sitting up thing and looks at the camera.
I'm trying to see if I could just. Yeah, I think it's safe for me to just bring this window over. Here, let me. Yeah. So we got. Yeah, let's just play a little bit. Okay, so starting from here, starting from right here. Yeah, he's on just like a nice, like upper class neighborhood street in the middle of the road. There's like an autistic child sign on this telephone pole next to him.
Yeah. He's
doing this pose. He's got the knife. He's waving it around.
Oh, he's doing it again. He's doing the stabby again.
Yeah. Okay, well now I need to hear the lyrics that go along with the sitting
Play this
up.
shit.
Ticks in the holes get low and stack up. The one stabbing you is the one you tap up.
No way. I just looked him up.
He said I got back up, and that's when it cuts to him sitting up doing the Michael Myers sit up. Fuck, dude. Rules.
Where the fuck do you think this is? Tell me where you think this is.
I mean, okay. Can I try and narrow it down? Is it Northeast
Go
US?
Ahead. Oh, it sure is.
Okay. Is it upstate New York?
Boy, is it ever.
Is it like Hudson Valley?
No, it's Western New York. It's Western New York,
okay.
Which as opposed to upstate.
Is it like
this is
Buffalo, Finger Lakes,
That
Ithaca?
guy is in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah. Okay. yeah.
Hell yes, dude. Let's go. Represent.
Yeah.
I will claim the fuck out of this guy. Rise Hendricks, you're the man. He's got the Bill's Mafia. Bill's Mafia.
This dude was definitely at that game. You were at the
Absolutely. I ran into him in the parking lot. He's got the Buffalo Bills hat on in the recording booth. This is. I knew I understood this man for some reason.
I'ma get more figures. I'm with the team, counting these rags. Let's get more, nigga.
Check out the most recent.
Doing the Fortnite dance, but with a knife is the funniest. And in front of like a Prius, in front of a black Prius, parked in his Buffalo suburb neighborhood.
Open that last Instagram link I just sent.
Oh, here. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, okay. This is gonna be too loud. No, well, I should probably have it on the.
I like how committed he is to the. He seems to really like this persona.
It would be too complicated for me to, but yes, he has the Michael Myers mask on. He has a bib, and he is eating a piece of something that looks like a biscuit or chicken cordon bleu or something, and he's cutting it. Oh, and then he stabs it with a knife because he's a scary man. Yeah,
I love that he's into the Michael Myers thing.
Yeah, that's his like. That's his kayfabe. That's like his persona. Yeah,
5 weeks ago, his 5 weeks ago, his mother just had a successful kidney transplant, so that's good.
Oh,
God is good, man.
Yeah, I wonder who he got it from.
He used his knife.
Heyo, that was the All right, well,
you want me to explain jokes more? I can keep explaining jokes.
There's plenty of that in the shows we watched, I think. Well, at least one of them.
All right.
So I'm glad we made that discovery. I don't know if there's anything else going on with you. There's so many goddamn ladybugs in my house because it's October.
Oh no.
Not as bad as any other type of bug. Did you know they smell?
Ladybugs
or pumpkin bugs.
I did not know this.
I don't know if it's when you crush them or they just always smell like this, but yeah, they smell very strongly of like bell peppers, of like jalapenos or something.
Oh.
Very, very fragrant. Pretty interesting. Apparently, some people find it revolting. I thought it was kind of pleasant actually.
Pumpkin bug. Oh! I know you're talking. Yeah, stink bug. We always called those stink bugs growing up.
No, not stink bugs. The ladybugs, straight ladybugs.
Oh, because you just said pumpkin bugs as well. So I thought that you were talking about
the more orangey ladybugs we would call pumpkin bugs.
Oh, pumpkin bugs are also a thing.
I don't know if they're the same or if they're different.
We have ladybugs
ladybugs might just change color in the fall, or maybe there's a gender thing. I don't know. Oh, okay. Apparently, most people know those horrible stink bugs as pumpkin bugs. See, maybe that's like where I come from. Maybe that's like some kind of Boston thing.
You want to see a couple of squash bugs mating?
Oh boy, do I!
There you go. Anyway, so you got bugs.
Okay. There's something called an Asian lady beetle, which is, I guess, what some people call pumpkin bugs.
Oh, I did not realize that those were distinct things. I thought that those were just ladybugs.
Yes. No, I guess they're just an Asian variety, maybe.
Then my entire life, because I'm pretty sure I've seen way more Asian lady beetles than actual ladybugs in my life. Because they got so many dots.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I don't know who the fuck called them pumpkin bugs. Maybe that was just someone making a mistake, or yeah, that could be a weird regional. Huh.
I got stuff. So did you have more bug talk? I got some bug talk.
Lady Beetle. Bug talk. I was telling you how I pounded like a gigantic Yeti full of coffee it's before I mowed my lawn, but instead mowed my lawn, but then also spent a very long time hunting for jumping spiders to keep as pets, because I saw one on outside my window the other day. I was like, oh shit, I got jumping spiders. This is awesome. So, and then today I saw a big boy on the other window. I was like, I'm teaming with them. Got to get some of these guys because they're cute. They'll follow you around. They'll look at you through the glass. You know, no maintenance. They just need like a little spritz of water and like a mosquito every once in a while. So went outside, immediately found two. Got them in my garage right now.
Yeah.
One of them's really cool looking. It's like silvery with like these little like bright highlights that look almost kind of greenish.
We are like, this is so in my lane, because growing up, I did not know that all spiders weren't just these jumping spiders, because boy, did we ever have those fucking things growing up.
I feel like I never saw these until I moved here.
I grew up in the goddamn woods, yeah. So like, it's all the spiders were little tiny jumping spiders.
Oh, and I've been getting the only spiders I've been seeing are like those little guys, and then just huge ass wolf spiders coming into the warm.
Oh, cool.
Which I don't like those ones because I don't mind like a corner spider, just a spider. Like most spiders are in a corner most of the time.
Yeah.
They're hanging out on corners because that's what they do. Wolf spiders are just running across the center of the goddamn floor all the time. They're huge.
Oh yeah.
And they'll run straight at you, zero fear. Absolutely
they act like they pay rent and shit. They're just running around, no fucking reservation.
The other day I was in my kitchen and like I'm like at the counter, I'm like cooking something, and I'm used to being around cats so much that I have like a very light step. Like I won't put my full weight down when I step around. And so like I felt something. I'm like, oh, I didn't even feel like I was stepping on something. I was like, oh, something's on the floor. Like I dropped something, or I'm on my I'm on my cat's tail or something. I looked down. It's just a huge ass wolf spider.
Those creepy as hell.
Fucking hate them. Yeah, I mean when you when they're not moving, you just see one, you're just like, oh, okay, so they're easy to get, because like they're not fast enough that you can't just swat them with a fly swatter. But you just suddenly turn around and there's one just bolting at you full speed.
Yeah,
it's
going
a T-1000.
Yeah. It's you or them, motherfucker.
Yeah.
They came to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
So I deal with cockroaches maybe like for given the gap of the door that I have, it way less than I should. I probably get one every 3 months or so.
Okay.
And then this past week, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but in my bathroom, I think I've identified the ingress point. But in my bathroom, in the same spot, I have found 3 cockroaches crawling. They're on my ceiling. There are 3 of them crawling on my ceiling in the exact same spot as if they just got in the room and they were like trying to get their bearings or whatever. And it was like I flip on the lights and they all look like I walked in on them fucking naked. They just stop and they're like, they won't notice me if I'm fucking standing still. And these are like the far and away the gnarliest I've ever seen. Ooh, these are gigantic, big, dark, and flying. And it is just it's the worst, man.
Like
it's
a big oblong like classic cockroach, or like it's weirder like more round fucking fucked up ones. No. This is the platonic ideal cockroach. Okay. This is it's a cartoon cockroach. I've seen
it's a diagram out of a fucking out of a book, man. It's like and they are resilient motherfucker. I have to coat my bathroom in Raid to kill these fuckers because they are like I've had it 3 times now where I've finished, the thing's writhing, dying on the floor, and I look around and I'm like, okay, where did I have to spray again? And it's like fucking 4 patches of just saturated with raid around my fucking bathroom, man. It's killing me. And it's like, before I do it, I have to put my toothbrush and my toothpaste and everything into the fucking cabinet while this thing's still on the ceiling, eyeing me up. Driving me nuts, man.
Yeah. So you're spraying them directly, or what do you like? Are you just okay? Yeah,
I could probably. There's probably I think I know where they're coming from. I might drop some raid up there, or maybe like a bug vomit or something.
Yeah, I can't believe how few stink bugs I've gotten in my place, because it's really stink bug season. There's like, it's ladybug season, it's stink bug season. Like, it's every window there are at least like 5 or 6 fucking ladybugs and probably as many stink bugs crawling on everything. And it's like, when it's cold, they're like lethargic. At least it was warm this weekend, they were a little more active. There's one in my bathroom. I just vacuumed it and then blocked the exit from the dustbuster, because I don't feel like trying to catch them. So that's bugs. And then I'm trying to read my notes. Oh yeah, I fixed my lawnmower. Yeah, that's not.
You fixed your lawnmower.
That's not very interesting, but it made me feel like a god.
Here, let me rattle off a list of mine real quick. You tell me what's piquing your interest here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got crazy dreams from last night.
I love dreams. I love hearing a good dream.
I've got keto. I figured that was one that I would yeah, everyone's done keto. I've got my current state of fitness. I went on a date, and then I've got my phone is annoying. Those are the ones I've got. And then we also have the movies that we watched together while I was in town. We have those too.
Yeah. I want to. Okay, how was that date?
So it was pretty good. I didn't like get any sort of strong like romantic feelings, but I'm also like just so broken at this point that I can't form human connections anymore. So I've spent 2 years doing nothing but like working on a movie. So that's like destroyed my ability to. The second that I sat down, I was immediately thinking about the movie and my submissions and my analytics and which festivals I need to submit to.
That's good.
So I had to fight my way out of that. And then the first thing she did when we sat down, she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do your tarot real quick." So
you just
no, it was awesome. Because when she did that, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna lean 100% into this. I'm going to commit to this.
Start crying.
Well, you should have seen my face. Because I took it 100% seriously. Yeah, so like she would be like, so this is these are your crossing lines or whatever. This is the crossroads you're at in your life. And I'm like nodding. I've got my hand up to my face, and I would turn away and like just kind of think for a bit and then go back to the cards.
And then when she's done, you gotta like lean back and go, wow.
That's exactly what I did. And again, everything is. And she's like, "So what are you thinking about?" I'm like, and I took a pause. I look up at her. I'm like, "I don't want to say." I don't want to say.
Kind of ominous. I don't know.
That was fine with. I was fine with that. It was like. And she's like, okay, it'll make it a little hard to do the reading, but we can do that. And it's so funny because I'm just thinking about some dumb shit. I'm thinking about my movie.
I'm thinking about what if a car made a diamond crash into a wall made a diamond. I'm thinking about fucking.
Did I leave my oven on?
Could I truly kill a man? Yeah. Did I fucking?
Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking about this and I'm taking these very serious pauses and breaks and like waiting for a second to respond to all of her questions, and I have no idea what's going through her head at all. And she has no idea what I'm thinking about. So it was a very funny situation. We were at this. We were at at a board game bar. It was a bar that you paid a cover and you got to play unlimited board games.
Wow.
And people kept coming around. They're like, "So, do you guys want to play any games soon?" And it's like, "No, we did the reading for like 45 minutes or something."
Jesus.
It was pretty fun. Yeah. And then
she told you your whole fucking future. She should have given you some lottery numbers.
She got to the end of the reading, and I'm like, "Okay, now I'm gonna do your reading." And she's like, "Oh," and I'm like, she thought it was humorous, so I redid what she did basically, and I shuffled the deck, and then after I was done shuffling, I start laying the cards, and we realized that I had done a really shitty job shuffling the deck, so the cards were identical to mine. Which I thought was that's
funny.
when
you're like, wow, it's like our fates are aligned. Wow, crazy.
Yeah. And she's like, "No, you just didn't shuffle right." It's like, "No, I'm pretty sure that we are spiritually connected."
It's impossible
actually.
Because this is actually a different deck that I brought.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I want to do Crazy Dream. Let's do Crazy Dream real quick.
I love a nice dream.
So this was, I had already woken up once. I'd woken up at 6:30, and my goal was to be like out of bed at like 8:30 ish.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that it's not quite like a lucid dream, but I guess technically it is, but I had, the experience where you have extremely vivid, pronounced dreams that you keep jumping back into. Like, when you wake up, or like you keep hitting the snooze button or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This was fucking wild. And the one that finally jolted me up was my only note is fighter jet. which I think was the reason that I had this dream is because yesterday I was thinking about how many G-forces a human can take before like, I don't know why our brain doesn't just liquefy. It's crazy that the human brain has structure. So it's simultaneously made of goop and also can hold up to being slammed, like at ridiculous G-forces.
It's gotta be.
Shit's awesome. Also, you can also just die if you like fall off a curb and hit your head the wrong way. But
oh yeah.
So I'm in the dream. I am with my parents on a vacation, and we're in like San Francisco or something, and they're like, "Well, as part of this vacation, we've booked a ride on a fighter jet for you."
You're in a Mr. Beast video with your parents.
Right, exactly. And I'm like, "Are you sure? I should do this?" Like, "Well, we paid so much money. You need to do this. We put a lot of money in fighter jet fuel. It's
Every bridge
not
you
cheap.
fly under, you get $10,000.
So
every law you break, every skyscraper you do a slalom around.
Yeah. How long can you go completely vertical? It's beep, beep, beep. So
yeah.
Barrel rolls, any number of things. It might also be because I was thinking of Star Fox yesterday. Because I was shooting a wedding.
The split S, but you don't roll over first, so you just do maximum negative G's, so your eyes pop out of your head. You just push the stick all the way forward, and you just fucking dive down.
My brain! So I was thinking about the guy I was shooting a wedding with yesterday didn't know do a barrel roll. Like, he didn't know the meme do a barrel roll.
Sure.
Which is and I was thinking I was thinking about do a barrel roll. So that might have factored in too.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'm riding in this jet, and I'm not sure if I'm in control or the person who's taking me on the jet ride is in control of the jet.
Yeah.
But we are just blasting it. We are like coming so close to careening into the ground full speed, and then pulling up the last possible second, and then it's accelerating and decelerating instantaneously. And the thing that finally woke me up was I was going to crash into a river at like 500 miles per hour. And that jolted me up, and I was like, "Oh!" I don't know what it was. A jolt awake dream, and I was like, "That was the tits." It was a great dream because it's like, I needed to get out of bed anyway, and so to have one that's just like I have my heart is racing too fast.
Like, yeah, you're up, motherfucker.
It was perfect. Yeah, I rolled right over, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's get up. But
Yeah.
that was funny. There were some other ones that I had, but I didn't write those down.
Yeah, I have a lot of of plane related dreams, but it's usually it's almost always like I'm at some event outside or in a public place, and like and like everyone that's there, including me, like we're all watching this plane, and it's like flying kind of low, and then it becomes clear that something's wrong, and everyone starts to freak out, and then it either explodes or crashes into a building, and then sometimes there's more planes, and that's a reoccurring dream I have. Now every time I see it, and then just today I was taking a dump in my bathroom, looking out the window, and this little prop plane was like flying, right over my house, and it did a tight turn, like the entire turn was like I was able to watch the whole thing. It just did a complete 180 and flew right back over my house. So I was like legitimately checking my hand to make sure I had 5 fingers. Like, okay, no, this is a real one.
The air travel's crazy. Air travel in general is crazy. I've never been like a fighter jet guy. I've never been a jet airplane guy. I've never really cared about air travel. I saw that Top Gun Maverick movie, and that pretty much immediately turned me into a fighter jet guy. Where like fighter jets are the sickest thing fucking ever.
Raddest thing, yeah.
It's just like I think of like just mathematically the raddest shit. But
they look sick.
But I was
They go the fastest. They go the fastest ever.
How are planes constantly? How are they not crashing constantly? Not blowing up constantly? I mean, the tolerances must be simultaneously extremely tight and also way wider than you would think for everything to not just because there's no way that they can keep these things that have to carry hundreds of people 4 times or like 8 times a day in the air, unless it's a lot easier than you would think. I guess
it's like as long as you have aileron control, you can land the plane. So pretty much anything can go wrong except for like your flaps and your elevators like stop working.
Yeah. So
you lose all hydraulic control, which is tough to do because like there's probably redundancies, there's probably backups.
I'm sure.
And like,
you just need one set to work. You need one set of fucking those hydraulics to work, or like not one, but you need 2. You need one on the other side.
And maybe not even, maybe. I wonder if they have a weird way to get it to work with like maybe you could do like the tail on one side and the wing on the other.
Sure.
I don't know. They got computers and shit to do that. So yeah, they're pretty much good. Even if you can lose, you can lose an engine. You can lose both engines if you're close enough to an airport.
Have you seen those? Have you seen like those? I'm sure you've seen these, but I've recently thought about how fucking crazy these are. Are those little single man propeller parachute dealies? Whatever the hell you call them. Those sounds like the funnest shit
like
ever.
In Fly Away Home.
That just sounds like or fucking I guess that has a traditional wing, but I was gonna say fucking Thunderdome. That little tiny prop plane that he's got. But like the gliders, that just seems so ridiculisly fun.
Did you see the video of the guy who just like who just made like a ghetto like by himself in his backyard, and like it's like he like made it out of like a tractor and like a big fan, and he has like a big parachute, and he just like the first clip of is of him taking off in like his backyard, and the next shot is just like he's way above the clouds, and there's like it's like this gorgeous unbelievable view, and he's like in his fucking
I've got it here,
his tractor thing,
homemade ultralight trike. That's what I see here. It's just like some shit you can buy at Home Depot. Awesome. Just the coolest shit ever. Look at how far Buddy is. Look at how far up Buddy is there. Goddamn, boy. He is great. It's like the simplest mechanics ever, too. It is. Yeah. There is an engine that he has throttle control over, and then it's just a big triangle he's holding on to that he can manipulate the glider with. Oh my God, how awesome, man.
Yeah.
God, it's so scary. So scary, but so cool. Awesome. Anyway, that's all I got. I got some other boring shit, but I don't care about that. Or we could talk about the movies that we watched, but we could probably summarize those really quickly if we wanted to.
Yeah, wait. Did we watch more than one?
We watched two. We watched Existenz,
Yeah.
and then we also watched.
We started to watch some stuff, but I mean,
We did finish a movie for the first night that I was in, I think.
oh, what was it? Let me look at movies.
We started Space Jam 2 a couple of times.
Maximum. We watched Maximum Overdrive again.
We did. Oh, wow, yeah. I'd seen Maximum Overdrive kind of recently, so
yeah.
Maximum Overdrive still great.
Yeah, it's fun. Pretty self-explanatory.
And then Existenz is.
I've been interested in Existenz for a while, and I enjoyed it. I liked being slightly confused and grossed out like the whole time.
There's like some cool dream logic shit.
It's basically it's video game logic, which is crazy for 1999.
Well, there's both. There's both because there's the dream logic of people bringing their own experiences into this thing, and then there's also video game. You can go ahead though about the video game shit.
Well, yeah, there's NPCs and there's there's dialogue trees and there's animation loops, but we're just with actors, and there's you need to pick the correct dialogue choice to advance the plot. And none of this is presented in some kind of fucking Sword Art Online UI. It's all just happening in the movie. And the idea that this is why I think the Canadian government just pays for all of David Cronenberg's movies, is because this would be so incomprehensible to audiences in 2010 were just barely able to comprehend Inception. The idea of having this in 99 is fucking wild. Unless you were playing RPGs with dialogue tree. And this is before even forget fucking Morrowind. This is before Knights of the Old Republic.
Deus Ex isn't out. 1999. Deus Ex is 99, but it's later in the year.
It's 2000.
Deus Ex is it really?
2000. Yeah, maybe early 2000.
Oh my god.
2000. Yeah, so it's no one would have had any reference. This would have been such a fucking bizarre. This is nuts.
Well, yes, tropes that we are familiar with now, having played RPG video games for 20 years. That YouTube started making fun of in 2011. But just fucking 12 years ahead of time.
So
God, what even is out? Maybe System Shock. But even then, you're not really engaging with that many people in that game.
Yeah, is there dialogue, and do you have dialogue options in that? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know what games besides JRPGs Persona 2. He's playing David Cronenberg's playing Persona 2 or something.
It's also got just obviously it's got gross out Cronenberg fucking body horror shit, but body horror not even just of human bodies, but taking human characteristics and putting them onto other objects that are then mutilated. It's what a madman.
And so there's there's obvious sex, because you have to get a bio port installed, and it's just an asshole on your spine, and you gotta lube it up, and it's just fucking God. I liked Videodrome had the right amount of grossness where it's okay, James Woods is making out with the TV, but this is wow, this is nasty butthole stuff. She puts the
it's got Willie D in it. Willem Dafoe is in the movie.
Yeah.
In a kind of just doing that Willem Dafoe thing where he creates a memorable character in what he's got maybe 10 minutes of screen time there.
Yeah, he has fun. And all these movies, it has to end with, whoa, are we still, is this the dream? Is this the game? Is this reality? I gotta, for as much shit as you and I give Inception, I still like that ending. that's how, like, because you have to end it that way. You have to end those types of movies in that way. But it found a very, very simple visual way to do it, and I still see it, and I go, you did that.
I am slowly peeling back certain levels of my Christopher Nolan criticism. I'm slowly but surely pulling them back a little bit because I kind of understand more now. Not in terms of like I now understand his extremely straightforward movies, but more just about the kind of movies that he's making and what he's making movies for. That being said, Tenet's obviously complete garbage, and then Dunkirk is extremely unmemorable.
Tenet, yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, that was movies. Okay. Fall anime. We're a little late on this one. We've been busy. Okay, you've been busy. I have been busy not doing things. I've been busy being inactive. So that's sort of the same thing. You're just in a regenerative state. You know, you're going to emerge from that chrysalis. That is absolutely true. So, and I also, because I took notes, I need to actually bring these things up because I didn't write them beforehand because my laptop's still broken. First show is called Akuyaku Reijou Nano Last Bosso Kattemimashita. Or in French, that's Si je suis la vilaine, autant mater le boss final. And in English, it's I'm the villainous, so I'm taming the final boss. Which doesn't make any sense because the villainous doesn't tame. If you're the villainous, shouldn't you be the? Or you should. I mean, you should. He should already be on your side. He's the last villainous. She's the villainous. There was a show. I should have looked this up too. There was a show with this exact plot recently, where she becomes the. I mean, she gets isekai'd into an otome game. And she's like a male harem contendant, and I think she was the villainous in that one too. That was a different show. I don't know. How about Yarin Naoshi Reijou wa Ryote Heike? That's another thing by the same lady. Which has that been adapted? Yes. Ooh, really? No, it has not been adapted. Okay, never mind. Excuse me. It's the same story. But it's yeah. She did it again. Yes, it's a very funny. The intro is like, just like her dying on like a bed, and her parents are like crying in the other room, and then she's like, "Ooh, I'm at a fancy party. She's in girl heaven. That's girl heaven. And she's at a party and she's angry, and people are yelling. Paying attention to her. She's in a nice dress at a party. Full of people who feel bad for her. She's been scandalized. Yeah, she gets to be a victim of a mean boy, and everyone feels bad for her. She's in a Charlotte Bronte novel. When they go to heaven. Yeah, they're not in a loving relationship. They're just yelling. I wish I could find the show that is the same as this show. Recommendations. Yeah, this one. Otome game, no. Hametsu flag. Yeah. Okay. A certain girl. Most people would prefer being the protagonist of a world full of adventure, but be it a game or in another world. But unfortunately, a certain girl is not so lucky. Regaining the memories of her past life, she realizes that she was reborn in the world of Fortune Lover, one of the games she used to play. Unfortunately, the character she was reincarnated into, Katarina Kleiss, is the game's main antagonist who faces utter doom in every ending. This is a different show that I'm talking about right now. Why? Why? This is a different show. This is. I mean, I guess there's 18,000
fucking cop dramas, but it's different. This is a serialized narrative rather than episodic television. What's the fucking deal?
Yeah, it's not like, a cop show, that's different because that's just a show where the main character is a cop. This isn't just shows where the main character is a princess or a main character is in an otome game. It's specifically 2 different shows where a girl dies and is reincarnated as the villainess in an otome game that she played in her real life.
And has to avoid death.
This show came out spring 2020, so it's been barely 2 years for us to get a show with the exact
what the
same
hell,
plot.
man?
It's wild. And also that show, the other one, the first one, was actually, I remember being kind of good. I didn't finish it, but I remember liking what I saw of it. This one sucks.
I do have to give one. I gotta give it one thing. I actually quite like the. I like the music. I like the music in this show.
I remember like it. Yeah. There just a few of the shows we watched. Yeah, I noticed having like weirdly good music. So okay, yeah. As that.
Yeah, the audio mix in general is good. And
you've been doing so much editing. You're like, yeah, the mixing.
I can't, dude. It's broken me.
I know you're so.
Dude, I went and sat down with a woman. I went and sat down with a woman with the intention of. She thought she was coming for a date. She thought she was gonna go. It's like, he seems like a nice guy. The only thing we talked about beforehand is like what we do too, and the stuff that I talked about what I was doing is like, yeah, I made a movie.
That's fine, but like you've permanently Tetris affected. You're just like listening to mixes and fucking looking at lights and shit.
It's like, well, you do every aspect of a movie yourself.
Yeah, of course.
It'll get the. You do all the sound effects.
It's like being it must be like, I've like when I painted like 3 rooms of my house in a day, which is not a lot of work, but by the end, like I felt like I was going insane, and then I go to bed that night and I close my eyes and all I see is because I was rolling, so it was just.
Did you notice the paint that's missing in the rooms that you're in? Like, do you notice, like, I gotta repaint that? Those patterns don't match. That's clearly they were
my whole living room.
Directions.
My whole living room. I didn't go high enough up with the roller to reach the cutting in. So there's just like a line of old paint. But I thought it was just a little spot. I was like, I'll patch that up. It goes around the entire room. So I was like, fuck it. No one will ever notice this. It's usually dark in here. Fuck it.
I just added extremely bright lights to my apartment. I changed all the bulbs out for high wattage LED bulbs, and
I gotta do that shit. Are they like really like harsh and white though?
This is like true white. So yes, it is white. Oof. But for me, I need that because my apartment gets really, really dank and dark without it, and I need to see when there's dirt that I need to clean. I need to know what I need to clean. And otherwise I wasn't able to do that. I'd walk around.
I need to find like really like very bright but like still warm yellow light. I want it to be pleasant, but I also want it to be very. I want things to be visible. I don't know.
You can get orange LEDs. You can get orange LEDs.
Just orange? That sounds too.
No, not orange. Tungsten LEDs.
Okay.
Tungsten balanced. I get. See, that's like fucking talking fucking film terminology. But goddamn house lights fucking kill me. But yeah. Anyway, how did we get on the topic of this movie?
You're talking about the mix.
Broken me.
Talking about the mix of the music in the show.
The mix and the editing were good. There are some good edits. There's a sequence where the demon king that she's trying to seduce, like magics her away. And he does it a couple times, and every time that he does it, it looks great. It's a great way of conveying what's occurring. I am broken.
Nice. I've been thinking of movie plots, except I'm bad at it. I'm like I'll spend like 4 hours thinking up a movie, and I'll like be done, and it'll be entirely like just a structure with absolutely no content, and it'll have like no. I'll be like, okay, and then a thing will happen, but it'll loop into another thing, but I don't know what either of the two things are.
Just you gotta keep asking yourself why.
I'm entirely coming up with just like scaffolding for like, oh, it'd be so cool when like these two characters see the same thing, but then they'll interpret it differently, and that will cause them to do things.
Yeah, but like,
there's no substance to it.
I came up with an entire horror movie with themes and characters and like the structure of it and why the creature is doing what it's doing in the span of 3 hours on the way to a gig. I was just in my car, and anyway, now that none of this means anything unless somebody's interested in the first movie though. So not to suck my own dick, but I have not made anything that anybody's seen yet.
Did you ever hear about or play the video game Soma?
I heard about Soma.
That was by the guys who did like the Penumbra and the Amnesia games.
Yes.
It's basically one of those. games.
The underwater one.
It's underwater, yeah, and it hinges on this sci-fi concept that like I was reading the plot and then I watched like some scenes from some like cut scenes in the ending, and it's like it hinges on this sci-fi concept that's like it's actually very like it's you can do a lot of fun things with it. I'm surprised like I haven't. There's probably like a Philip K. Dick book that like has it, but I'm surprised I haven't seen it more places. And I watched like the end of that, and like I was like, man, there's so much shit you can do with that. I came up with like a way longer, more bleak ending to the game. It's a neat one.
God, horror games are so cool, and all of the coolest games ever made are horror games. But I can't play them. I'm too spooked. The Alien Isolation was fucking awesome. That's a great game. There's
nothing about that looked really that interesting to me. I don't know. It seemed kind of like Amnesia with an alien.
The atmosphere of it was sick. Like it was just
it did have they had the old computers and stuff.
Well, it was it was a perfect extrapolation of what the world of the first Alien movie is like. That was awesome. And what other horror games are really cool?
I tried to play those Penumbra games. Like
played Amnesia.
They're more stressful than scary. Yeah, Amnesia. It's just like I don't want to fucking. I'm gonna walk around and like the thing either sees me or doesn't see me. You know.
Did you know about Amnesia that the sanity meter actually doesn't do anything?
About the sanity meter doesn't actually. Yeah. That game was made on a hell of a budget. I mean that studio was in a dire spot, I think, when that came out, and they really fucking saved their asses.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, we gotta get back to anime here.
Yeah. This show. It has the same plot as the other one. Oh, I found it extremely funny. Like she gets isekai, she's at this party and she's getting rejected by her fiance because she's the villainess of the game, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm being with this other girl, Kana Hanazawa, and her internal monologue is like don't get angry. That's what he wants you to do. And I found it extremely funny that like I guess women think that guys do the shit that they do. They like will do shit to try to make you angry and spaz out in public. It's like I don't think we do that. But it's funny that they think we're trying to do it because they're trying to do it all the time.
I've known some dudes that just start shit. I've known it's a specific type of person, but I've met a few who are just like
ladies who try to make their ladies spaz.
Yes.
Oh man.
Just getting into fights in public and like just escalating things. Yesterday at the wedding I shot the mother of the bride and the bride's maid of honor, who was a sister, were just mean to each other all day. They just spent all day being like mean and rude to each other. It was very strange. I've never seen that before. I've shot over 200 at this point, and I've never encountered a situation. Usually, if someone's going to be a dick, it's going to be the mother of the bride. But that's like an extreme anomaly. But this I've never seen before. Like they're like actually yelling at each other in front of other people, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, fucking chill out, man.
Yeah, that's the you gotta keep it together. And then so then she gets rejected. She yells at some crows. This is where it starts getting really just fucking bunch of nonsense. And then she goes to, what is this a screenshot from? Where am I? What is this? Oh, these aren't in order. God damn it. Hold on. Sort by, date modify. That's what we want, I think. Yeah. Okay. She's voiced by Rie Takahashi. Looking at the cast was more interesting than watching the show. So I was like, hey, it's Jun Fukuyama. Hey, it's Tomozaki Sugita. Hey. And then she goes to the demon lord or whoever he is. What's the name of the show? The final boss. And he's a handsome boy. And he heals her dress by making it the same. And what? And then there's another crow, but this one is like the main character crow. You know what I have to say to this show? Boo.
Did you say that you were bored?
Well, yes, that's another Halloween pun I could make. Yes. I was bored by this.
I do have to say, there are a couple of sequences that I thought were funny. I liked it, and it's at its best when it's just absurdly over the top. Anything where it's at like an even keel is pretty boring. But when it's getting ridiculous, I liked it. I liked the sort of flamboyant. I also have to preface this by saying, I came into watching all this stuff today with an extremely good mood. So
wow.
I was primed, which is a rarity for me to be primed to like just give everything like kind of a good benefit of the doubt. I don't know what was going on. I was just feeling great.
Wow.
But yeah, there were some funny sequences in this.
If there was ever a seasonal preview for you to have that attitude,
got my headphones off.
Yeah, if there was ever an episode for you to have an unusually to be in an unusually good mood, this is one, because I think this is one of the worst batches of shows we've had in a while.
Man. Oh dude,
this one is rough.
This is great. This is perfect. Because I was wondering, like, when I got done, I'm like, wait a minute. Am I just feeling real good because I'm taking a day off and sitting in bed watching anime? Am I enjoying
absolute, this is some of the worst shit we've ever seen.
Am I watching light entertainment on my day off? Am I just taking a load off?
Novel adaptations?
Just enjoying some nice, non-challenging, just straightforward.
Certainly.
Just the most average, like entertainment meant for the most broadest audience possible.
That last one was based on a light novel, by the way. Okay,
anyway,
next up, I watched Tensei Shitara. Not that one, not the slime one. This one's Tensei Shitara Ken Deshita. So instead of slime, it's Ken, and Ken is sword. He gets reincarnated as a sword.
Oh man, this guy! I saw this anime. This dude gets fucking reincarnated.
Parked his fucking car, and then he got reincarnated as a sword. I'm fucking gay. Yeah, this is a light novel. Who's responsible for the director of Fairy Tail? All right. Weird. Director of Super Lovers.
I'm seeing a guy. I'm seeing people named Klimt. I'm seeing Donadrond.
Oh man, I wasn't even paying attention to the names. I don't even know how many of these characters. I don't know. I don't think we met anyone besides the first two, the two main characters in the first episode. But yeah, there's Fran, Shishou, our master. Yeah, I guess we're gonna meet Amanda, Nell, Garrus,
Donadrond.
Klimt is the funniest one. Klimt.
Slap those consonants on there, boy.
Klimt is like I don't even know. That's like
Hey.
I'm trying to figure out what
So,
vibe.
Dad, I want
it's
you
like
to...
someone's name from a Key and Peele sketch, or so, like I can't figure out where I would see Klimt.
Mom, Dad, I want you to meet my fiance, Klimt.
You know what it is? It's like a name they would make up for a $1 million extreme for a world peace sketch, like in the airplane when he's like, "My name is Chose," and we're gonna.
It's Sam Hyde, and he's got pigtails.
And wait, no, Chose was from Hypergenex. What were their names in fucking in the airplane sketch? It was like they removed it from YouTube again. I'll never know. Oh, here we go. Flight instructor. What the hell was his? Tsuihou.
Tsuihou.
He's Tsuihou.
Man, now listen to me. I can't listen. Glad to have you aboard, Zooch. Give me a handshake like a man. Now listen to me. On here, my word is Bible. My word is law. I'm a plane captain. That means I'm the captain of all that you see before.
Oh, okay. His name is just plain Captain Sam. I thought he had a funny name too, but Tsuihou is a great name.
It's pretty good.
Klimt definitely belongs in that. That's on that continuum.
I'm gonna write that one down on my whiteboard for use later.
Klimt.
I'm gonna be making use of Klimt for sure. It's impossible to pronounce it without throwing a P in there. Klimt.
It would be indistinguishable.
Klimt. You can't do it.
It's like pronouncing both T's in duct tape.
Duct tape.
Yeah.
Klimt. Yeah. So I got that bag of Cheetos and I.
That's like a name someone would have in Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Is Klimt.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so he gets reincarnated as a sword. There's a girl who's cute.
I keep looking at it. Just a normal looking anime character, elf guy. His name's Klimt.
Oh, I haven't actually seen Klimt. What is? Oh, is that the fucking painting from Elfenlied? Is that Klimt? Oh, he's the painter who did that painting. Gustav Klimt. Oh, that's not that painting, but it looks like it. It looks like the one from Elfenlied. What's the painting from Elfenlied?
Of course, they had to find this shit somewhere.
That's fucking what the fuck?
What are you, Gustav Klimt? You're an Austrian? Yeah, of course you're an Austrian.
It's based on business to what is it? Okay, well, come on, highlight, come on. Computer, please let me highlight text. Please let me just highlight fucking text without.
I was having a hard time doing that earlier.
Oh, you fucker. Yep, Klimt. Okay, so yeah, Klimt is the painter who makes these sort of weird blocky things, and it's the one that was an Elfenlied.
Damn, he also just
This
did
one.
like straight up like extremely realistic paintings of people. That's what a talented guy. Holy shit. Whoa. This guy's work is awesome. If anybody asks me now what my favorite painter is, I'm gonna say Gustav Klimt. He's got this
Oh yeah,
he's got this
The Kiss.
great painting
Right,
great painting of Schubert.
Okay.
This shit rocks. Anyway, Klimt.
Klimt is still a funny name. But yeah, now I know what it's a reference to. It's not just a weird name some Japanese guy made up. Yes, so he is a sword. I had a name. I renamed the show. My name for this show is I was reincarnated in a world where the volume is really low.
Oh no. Not a good mix on this one then?
I don't know about the mix. It was just quiet. I had to turn the volume up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a sword, and then we get like the entire fucking first half of the episode is him explaining the stats, explaining the skill system, explaining the fucking skill tree. He has identify. He identifies objects. He uses identify on himself. He knows his fucking levels. He knows his fucking shit. He's talking to himself. He's doing things. I do like the most of my further notes are just angry sort of outbursts. Fuck my big black ass, you know. But I do like that he can just, as a sword, he can just fly around. He just flies around
Makes it a lot easier.
And kills things by himself for a while. I love this shot, especially of him flying through the air. It's coming up in a sec.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's such a, like, I don't know. Because it's just like, you know, they're not animated. Like, it's just moving like a JPEG, like going through the air.
Yeah.
It's very
Well, how are you
funny.
going to animate a sword? I guess you'd have to do, like, lighting reflections and shit to indicate there's some sort of resistance.
Yeah. And a lot of it, he's, like, doing flips and, you know, and stuff. But in that one, it just looks like kind of an airplane, but it's a sword going overhead.
Is that what you were seeing the other day through the window in your bathroom? You just see this big sword coming in?
There's a sword in the air. I gotta fucking lay off the mescaline. This is, yeah, it's just, he's doing just all the same shit. It's not even like, it's not even like being carried by a voice acting performance like Aoyuki did in that spider show. And it's like, who the fuck is there's at this point, there's 10 or 12 of these to choose from. Who is choosing this as they're like, yes, this is my reincarnated in an RPG show. I'm going with this one.
Well, we just don't have to animate it because it's a sword.
It looks the parts with people and the action scene. I mean, it's the first episode. It's gonna take a nosedive in quality, but the one action scene at the end actually looks okay. Some of the monsters that he fights are animated fine, but it's like, again, I don't care about this character. I don't care about any of these characters. And he's fighting all these bosses to get stronger, and it's just like fucking boring because I don't care about him, and he's just talking the whole time. Let's see. Oh my god, please stop. Bosses, cat girl, bosses. The cat girl's a slave. And then she finds him, obviously. She gets powers. She uses him to defeat a big wolf. Or what kind of monster was it? I can't remember. I think it was a bear or something. And then he kills her slave master. Then they're buds. They're together. And I was bored. Once again, I did it again. But you didn't see that one coming a second time. But I
just keep recycle that shit. It'll get us through this. Tastes just as good. Leftovers, baby. Here, I'm gonna use the John real quick. When we come back, we could do the Rakugo show.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh yeah. She cute cat girl. My lawnmower fucking sprays grass like a motherfucker. I need to get one of those things that picks up grass. A Hispanic guy. No, I'm just kidding. Or like a sweeper thing that goes on the back of your tractor. Yeah, it's like if I was a sword, I would I guess I would do what he does. Yeah, I mean, his actions aren't unreasonable. Just as a narrative, it's not really the most engaging. It's not the most enthralling experience.
All right. I'm back, baby.
All right. And then, yes, next up is...
It was a very scary trip to the bathroom, by the way.
Ooh,
I was looking around the corner, make sure there was...
frights.
I wanted to make sure there was no cockroach in there. I had to kick the lights on.
Yeah.
I was looking up that corner of the ceiling.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's what I do, but with ladybugs. And very
roach
small
free,
flies.
baby.
Yeah. What the fuck is this called? Uchi no Shishou wa Shippo ga nai. My master has no tail. More like my master gets no tail.
It's a punny kind of night, man.
More like my podcast co-host gets no tail.
Oh my god.
That's the show I'm living.
Oh my god. I guess it's true. Yeah. I read tarot cards. And I'm really just committing 100% to reading tarot cards. I got the Ace of Pentacles. I got the Knight of Cups. Yes. I learned that the pentacle is a thing. Pentacles are in reference to money. They're like, damn, you got money problems. I'm like, fuck,
you
bitch.
need to just start like grasping your chest and like shaking like one of those like mega churches.
Yeah.
And she's just like weirded out by it. You're like selling it way too hard.
No, it's not true. No, don't turn the next card over.
You need to set something up so that you can bleed out of your eyeballs. And then you have to be like, I can't. I feel like I'm unsafe if I leave you. Can I stay at your place?
I'm getting a reading. It's coming in now. If we don't have sex now, the world will end. You have to come with me. And you grab her by the hand and run out.
You just need to train yourself to cry on command, and then you have to just like stare straight into her eyes and be like, I know you from somewhere. Where did you? And then you just start like streaming tears. It's like, where have I seen you? Where have I seen you before?
I had an instance where I went into a chocolatier in our hometown, and when I went in, one of the girls behind the counter I recognized from my youth when I would go to youth group and try to mac on hoes.
Is that like a church thing or what's youth group?
I would go to Young Life and try to mag on hoes, which I do have to say I did get pussy off of Young Life, but
I don't know if I don't know if you should be saying that, because if people don't know what Young Life is, just hearing I got pussy off of Young Life.
When I was younger, when it was age appropriate,
oh okay,
I sealed the deal from something that started at a Young Life group, which is probably not the intention of the organization if I had to guess, but anyway, so I recognized her, and she's like, I think it's like, I'm sorry, are you Ethan? It's like we used to. It's like we know each other, right? I'm like, yeah, from past life. And I took like,
you really say that?
Yeah. It was the people, the other people behind the counter were losing their shit. Lady to school. I was looking really good at the time. This was like in college. I was all trimmed up, had the beard looking great. Walked in, dressed to fucking nines. Hit her. I knew her in a past life, and then walked out.
You walked out. You didn't buy anything?
No, this was as I was cashing out. This is
okay.
Yeah. It was pretty funny, man.
So you just didn't follow that up at all?
I'm sure I did, but it's funnier if I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna give myself that much credit, I guess. But anyway, this we're a Rakugo show.
Yeah, my master's got no tail. I've been forgetting to say that the fucking studios too. This one's Leiden Films. I was like, I don't know what this is about, because I don't understand the title. But then Rakugo happened, and I was like, I always love Rakugo. This is great. And I like the.
I in my notes I say I have Declan likes Rakugo. I'm like, that's right.
Okay, so you're not as hot on it as I am.
I didn't watch as much of the really good show as you did. And I was kind of a little bit caught up in a thought about just Japanese culture in general, and like what are the levels of Japanese culture? Where does Rakugo fall in terms of like the relative obscurity of the culture? I
think Rakugo like at one point was considered actually like kind of like a lower class, like it was some new shit, and now it's like insanely old fashioned. But I think it's I don't know how old it is, but I want to say it's only like, I mean, only for Japan, only 400 or 500 years old for Japan isn't that old, But maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong about that.
No, you've got it. 1787.
Okay.
Is when the performance started to come about. So yeah, which is as old as the country that we live in, basically, but is also relatively new for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I assume it's probably similar to like theater for us, where like it would just be like, like, kind of everyone would go, but like there was a ton of just like the peasants would go and stand like in the fucking nosebleeds and watch stuff, and they would pay 1 pence, and when they raised it to 2 pence, they fucking rioted.
That's so awesome. That's
that really happened, right? Like,
of course,
yeah.
But just like the that what a wild shared cultural experience where you just go and watching people, got a bunch of dudes dressed up like ladies, and you're like, I have to pay twice as much to see the dudes dressed like ladies.
What? Just
because
because the old theater burned down and they had to rebuild a new one, I gotta pay an extra two shillings.
I want my fart jokes.
Yeah. And it's also like great how nothing's changed, because like even back then, like they were protesting and rioting and shit, but like it was also a joke. Like they were all like, none of them were really taking it seriously, even though they were like burning shit down and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I just like being told a story I like story time. I like sitting around.
Who doesn't, man?
And hearing someone tell a story.
Radio plays would have been fucking awesome. Like in the 40s and the 30s, you sit down and you're listening to the Lone Ranger on
that's too much. That's too many. They put effects and music in there. I wanted like a dude or a lady sitting down.
Yeah.
I like just the aspect of like this person is you're just fully engaged on them, and like just they're telling the story, and they're doing all the characters and all the sound effects. I just like that. There's something about it's very calming. And
do you also like it when these stories are just absolutely riddled, just putrid with Japanese puns and really unfunny punchlines? Does that do it for you too? Do you
I like that in a way, yes, but also like some of the like really really old some of the really really old fashioned humor I also like one of the jokes in this show is in one of the Rakugo stories. A guy is he's on a bridge, and there's a boat with a bunch of people in yukata passing underneath it, and they're all the yukata have anchor patterns on them, and he yells to one of the ladies. He goes, why do your yukata have those anchors on them? And she goes, so the boat won't drift off course. And I was like, I like that. That's cute.
Okay, the translation I had was that so my yukata won't blow away when there's a stiff breeze. What's going on here?
How do we have different?
I
don't know.
Taking some creative license with these stories, huh? We getting some people making their own.
Well, they explain this is what apparently she phrases it in a way where it means like, so it won't, because Japanese is so like vague about everything. It's like she says it in one way, so then the guy goes to his wife and he has her put on the same yukata, and he's like, what's with those? And she's like, oh, so no one will steal it. But she's saying it because like it's just ugly, whereas the other lady was making a joke. So that's the joke of I don't know, but it's like old ASMR.
We haven't even talked about like what the actual premise of the show is yet, I guess.
Oh yeah, well it's a lady. It starts out with a lady telling a Rakugo story, and then you go into the story, and then it turns out she's in the story. So it's kind of meta. There's a meta aspect, because you don't know if this is a story she's telling in which she's a character in the story, or if this is just a true story and we're actually gonna run into this other character who she meets in the story in real life, because it's about a tanuki, and this is in Japanese mythology. I'm sure I knew this at one point and forgot, but it seems like tanuki, when they go into the human world, they imitate humans, and they do tricks.
Yeah,
they do pranks. They cause mischief. They pay with fake money, and they spook people, and they and they I guess they make their faces blank, which is actually kind of horrifying. That's kind of actually a pretty scary one. I hope they wouldn't do that to me.
Yeah, it would be really upsetting if you were to like see a Tanuki and they were to go.
If I saw a man with no face.
Yeah, like let's say you're just going through, and then a Tanuki pulls a really, really upsetting prank like that on you. That would be a very sad thing. I would feel bad for you. You'd probably
I'd
be really
probably
spooked.
cry if I saw a guy. If I saw a guy with no face and he was like, "Whoa," and then I just ran home, I would probably
piss and shit yourself.
I'd probably cry for a long time, and I wouldn't know what to do. I would not sleep for like 3 days.
Yeah. So if there are any Tanuki out there listening, please don't, because that would be like super mean.
If you do any other stuff, if you scam me, or if you give me a little jolt, if you give me a little startle, I'll laugh it off. I think you're cute.
Yeah.
I think you're fun. I'll be a good sport. If you take your goddamn face off, I'm gonna shoot myself. I'm gonna put a fucking
Don't do that to a man.
I'm gonna put a hollow point right through the top of my mouth. Do not do that to me. Do
put one gun on each side.
I want you to keep your face on. Okay. That's what I want.
That's just a polite
Everything
request.
Else, you steal 10 yen from me at a fruit stand, I'm like, little trickster.
You little mischievous bugger.
You know? I'll get you next time. I'm shaking my fist in the air.
You take off your hat and you're waving it. You're like,
It's like one of the local little dumpster kids, like like
little rascals activity.
Yeah, making you step in poop, and you're like, oh, you little stinkers, you made me step in poop again.
Yeah,
but don't
we probably we shouldn't tempt fate, because last time we went to Japan, we upset a spider god. So we should really
we entered the spider level of Japan. It's sort of like when you're in a Bethesda game and you go into an area you are not leveled up for yet, and you run into a death claw and you just start seeing shit.
The number of spiders we saw.
They were just simple. I mean, not simple, because you don't see them too often over here, but they're just garden spiders, and which is a fucked up name for them because they look crazy. They are huge and yellow and black and horrifying. And that was the spider god's mountain, and we were ascending it, and his little minions, his little goons were everywhere.
The wildest part for me is that it might even just be a thing where we were just ignoring it because we weren't attuned to it. But the fact that we walked up to this kind of blown out, burned down temple, and then when we turned around, that is when we became aware of all the spiders that we had just walked through.
Once you see one, and they're like fucking the size of $50 coins, and once you see one, suddenly you realize they're everywhere.
It was like flicking a switch. It was like all, and then also, I believe we had to, when we were returning to the Airbnb we were staying at, we had to cross a bridge at night, and we noticed that on the bridge there were just an ungodly amount of spiders there too.
Oh, we noticed that both ways, like that. Those a ton of huge. That was a different kind of spider, but yeah, it was night, and the bridge had lights on it.
Oh my god,
so
dude.
There were tons of flies all around the lights, and so there were these huge ass orb weaving spiders, but they were more interested in just the in the insects. We didn't have to walk across any webs, I don't think, but they were huge, and they were everywhere. Yeah, that's true.
That was I'll never forget that.
On our way to Mondo Burger, because there was nowhere else to eat that had English menu items.
I will never, as long as I live, forget that. That is that's the most supernatural thing that has ever happened to me.
Which the mountain spiders or the bridge spiders?
Mountain spiders for sure. Because you can't convince me that those were there until I turned around.
Yeah, that could have just as easily ended with us being eaten by a giant spider, like a Volkswagen-sized spider. If that had just showed up, I would have been like, "Yep, that's how this ends. That's how we die in Japan." The guardian spider shows up.
We fucked up an R.L. Stine Choose Your Own Adventure book where it's like, do you want to go trample upon the forbidden burned down temple? It's like, well, of course I will. And then you get eaten by the spider god.
Yeah, that's at some point one of us would have revealed that he had kept an artifact in his pocket. Like he had picked something up off the ground, off that ruined site. And
easily.
He's like, no, I can't get rid of it. What if, and that's our demise. Yeah.
Easily. God damn, that's a once in a lifetime right there, man. Can't recreate that shit.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anyway,
so yeah, our Tanuki, she tries to play tricks on people, but she sucks at it because it's been a while, and there's more technology, so people have lights, and the money has watermarks, so she keeps getting foiled by modernity. So this is all very Rakugo like humor. It's that type of like, it's a very simplistic story, just with funny sort of wall breaking, not really wall breaking, but just like sort of like, oh shit, none of these traditional things work because we have other stuff now. So then I tried to read my notes. Tanuki. Oh, hijinks. Okay, I already got that.
Yeah.
Yes. So then she meets the Rakugo storyteller, gets all fucking, whoa, what's going on? And then, they meet up. The Tanuki goes to see one of her Rakugo performances. She loves it. She laughs at the jokes that I guess were jokes. And
this is she has this is a Japanese verbal entertainment show moment.
Yeah, but it's not like a I mean, she does.
No, she's laughing her ass off.
Oh yeah, she's also laughing a lot. But I guess she does have also like a moment where she like gets transported into the world.
Right.
But yeah, she laughs. She thinks it's funny.
So at first she's trying to reject she considers being wrapped up in the story a form of trickery at first, which is like a little character beat, because she assumes everybody's trying to do tricks because that's what she does.
Well, and also she doesn't want to get involved in the human world, right? Because her Tanuki elders back home are telling her that humans are nothing but trouble or something.
Yeah, because she has their backstory with her dad or whatever nonsense, and yeah, I don't quite remember the fine details. Those are not in my notes. I got she's a trickster in my notes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I believe at the end she gets taken, or she decides to become a Rakugoki.
She also
Rakugoka, because it's like mangaka.
There's
Rakugoka. Yeah.
There's a sequence where she's being chased up because everybody that she had offended or tried to trick is at the show, or costs her at the show, and they chase her up up a skyscraper, and she tries to use the classic Tanuki trick of using her scrotum to fly, and then she remembers that she is a lady Tanuki and will not have a scrotum, which is that's the centerpiece gag of the whole episode, baby. Good old giant scrotum humor.
She used her labia. Open up those flaps.
That would be pretty hot. That would be pretty hot for some.
Yeah.
She a little cutie, man. She got a little kind of weird skunk hair going,
nice
which I'm not crazy about.
Oh, you mean the human? Oh yeah, no, she's really. Yeah, I like her human face and head.
My first note in the entire episode is draw the girl's butthole, cowards. Because when she's in human form, they don't put the butthole on her. But the Tanuki gets the butthole.
It might be it might be crossing. It does. It does.
The Tanuki version of her has the butthole, but the human version of her don't got no butthole. Draw the butthole, you coward.
Probably because of the clothes that she's wearing.
Put her butt out and put the butthole on there.
just over the clothes, just draw the little X anyways. Who cares? Fuck it.
Come on.
Come on.
This is coward-like behavior. It's like Werner Herzog on The Mandalorian, where he's like, leave the puppet in, you cowards. Leave the butthole in. If they're able to do it for cats, they can put a butthole on this anime girl. Damn it. Anyway.
Yeah. So I don't really get it, but I kind of enjoyed it.
I kind of drifted out. I wasn't exactly wrapped up in the Rakugo performance. The story didn't do much for me. I like the profound Rakugo stories, not the lightly entertaining comedic ones. But I found her to be kind of a fun, scrappy protagonist.
Yeah.
And another thing I liked about the show is that I liked that everybody just accepts that Tanuki exists in this world and immediately recognize her as a Tanuki. And I think that'd be a fun world to live in, where you got Tanuki running around.
Yeah.
Another thing I kind of liked is there's
Japanese
a little
mythology. Like you got what's the thing that lives in rivers that comes and eats you? You know, like they have
I don't know.
Their lizard guy. Yeah.
Or the floating fireball ghost orbs, which she emulates in this. She does a little bit of fakery and does that, but there's something I was kind of like. It was a little bit of pontification about people want to be tricked, and people want to go along with. That's the thing about Rakugo that's attractive to her, is that it's people. Everybody's buying into the trickery. Everybody's buying into the storytelling in the. They suspend their disbelief. Everybody secretly wants that a little bit. What's the point of also what is the point of a Tanuki in a modern Japanese society? It's like how are they supposed to how would a sort of entity like that integrate into the modern world? That'd be a wacky situation. I'm sure we'll see more of it in the rest of the show.
Oh, Kappa is
yes.
what I was thinking of. A reptiloid kami with similarities to yokai. Kappa can become harmful when they are not respected as gods.
Oh, okay, Lottie fucking da. Oh, I'm gonna have to recognize you. Here's an image of a guy showing his ass to a kappa.
They are known to favor cucumbers and to engage in sumo wrestling.
Hell yeah. Me too, man. Fuck yeah.
I didn't know that about Kappa. The Kappa are known to favor cucumbers and love to engage in sumo wrestling.
I'm gonna put that on my dating profile. I prefer cucumbers. I have a proclivity for cucumbers, and I like the sumo wrestle.
Hopefully not at the same time. Oh, fuck. They're often accused of assaulting humans in water and removing a mythical organ called the Shiriko Dama from the victim's anus. I knew about that one.
Why?
Actually.
I got so many anus images. I got so many paintings of Japanese people with their butts.
Yeah, because the
Kappa
Kappa are gonna fucking take your chi out of your asshole.
Oh, I'm gonna get that chi out of your ass.
They're gonna wrestle something out of your ass. They're gonna wrestle your fucking your AT field, your core, your V2 engine, whatever it's called.
I'm just imagining a situation where I convince a girl to come home with me. And I've got nothing but art of dudes with their assholes spread towards Kappa. Just these ancient paintings of Japanese people that I got. I just sent you a couple, and it's just nothing but that on my walls. I have 15 of those.
She's like, "What are these?" And you're like, "What?"
Oh, this is my art. These are my wall scrolls. They're very important.
Yeah, like what? But what's it of? Oh, it's like a river. It's like a guy.
I just thought it was nice.
Is he spreading his asshole? Is who? What? What do you mean?
Oh, he is. Is he? Huh.
Oh yeah, I guess. Oh, you can kind of see that.
So these are all images of a guy spreading his asshole. Really? I just didn't notice that.
Well, there's one. Oh yeah, I guess he is too. Huh.
What a weird coincidence. I just thought that it was a cool looking monster.
Yeah, maybe they all were taking inspiration from the same guy.
Yeah, this was a movement for sure. This is a movement.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Klimt? I'm a big Klimt fan.
My goal one day is it's gonna be like Klimt, but it's gonna be men spreading their assholes, a Japanese yokai, a Japanese cryptid.
It's like I got a girl in bed, the lights are off, and I kick on my phone light while I'm down there. I'm like, sorry, I'm just trying to find the Klimt. I'm just trying to
all of your wallpapers and screensavers for everything are of different ass spreading. You're like that guy who painted Obama who puts sperm cells in everything he does.
That is fucking funny. Shout out to the Kappa. You guys rock. Keep eating those fucking cucumbers, cool. Bro. Anyway, you got more of the Tanuki show?
No.
Yeah.
It was okay. All right. Koukyuu no Karasu. Raven of the Inner Palace.
Oh boy.
Still laughing at assholes.
No, I'm thinking about this show.
Oh boy, yeah. This is a novel. Based on a novel. Yeah, Raven of the Inner Palace. Bando Namkai Pictures. Whoops. The director of Gintama. What? Okay. Well, some Gintama. Yeah, it's oh, and this one says it's a light novel. I don't know. Maybe it's somewhere in between. Yes. This is a television show. It looks kind of like a girl show. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's an anyone's show.
Am I to believe that this is not deeply, profoundly Chinese?
Well,
I thought I was going to look at
it's taking place in China.
I was looking at it just seems like the kind of shit that Chinese people would be into as well.
I think it's Chinese historical fiction.
Okay. I mean, it definitely is. It's set in China. We got, we got Jeijus and Koukyuuns.
Whoa, okay. Careful with the Jeijus.
But I expected to look at the creators list and realize this was made for a Chinese audience, but it doesn't seem to be.
No, there seem to be no. They even Japanized the Chinese names, like because the subs have like these crazy Chinese names, but then they changed their name to just Jusetsu, but in the subs it's like Xiaoshui, so
yeah, the director of this show, who we know directed Gintama, also directed a show called Kappa no Ku to Natsu Yasumi. So if you want some Kappa content, Chizuru Miyawaki is your guy. Miyawaki is your guy, man. Oh, it's a lady. It's a lady director who has done Kappa content.
Wait, I'm not seeing any Kappa. Wait, what is this called? What?
It is Kappa no Ku to Natsu. Oh, key animation on that. I'm sorry. Sorry to mislead. Key animation on that project.
I'm not even seeing that on Anime News Network. Are you sure? This is on Wikipedia? Where is this? Where are you seeing
I got a mail. If you want
on Mal. Okay.
This was a 1-episode movie that was 2 hours and 21 minutes long. A 2 hour and 21 minute long fucking movie about Kappas? I got a Kappa in my backpack?
That sounds pretty good.
Sorry to derail us. Go on with the Raven.
Oh yeah, we got to really back on the rails here. Yeah, boy. Okay, so this is just total confusion right off the bat.
Yes.
The character designs are kind of, shoujo-y, kind of girl appealing.
Everybody's tall and thin.
We in the span of what seems like 45 seconds, we go from a guy killing a lady with a sword apparently to a guy standing in front of a bunch of people and they're yelling glory to the emperor, and then we're zooming in on a watercolor painting, and then we're watching a moth lady fly through the sky. And the music and the tone.
Yeah, you're losing it. You need help.
There's no tone. YouTube's having me back on a lot of the old Plinkett reviews, and most of my thoughts are in the Plinkett voice, and I'm trying not to do it. But all I'm thinking right now is just there's no tone. You gotta have a fucking tone in your movie, your TV.
Yeah, no, it's extremely dry. It's
well, yeah, that too. And then at least there's a cute girl.
I was gonna say because she's cute.
Yeah.
I I thought this was going to be an episodic mystery show, but it seems to
think
actually
it
be a
might be.
It seems like a serialized conspiracy to me.
No,
It seems like
this episode was called Part 1 of this.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It starts out with a two-parter mystery, but yeah, it's gonna be an episodic mystery.
The emperor, the new emperor who's taken over, his mom was assassinated by the previous empress. He takes over as emperor, and then he lines up. He gets in with the Raven consort, who's this like court magician lady who is like they keep her secluded in like a house on the in the imperial grounds, and it seems like they're probably going to solve mysteries together because she's got magic powers and he has the desire to do these things.
Yeah, and her magic power is she sees a ghost for 2 seconds and then she walks around for 20 minutes asking people fucking boring questions.
Well, how fucking weird is it that so like she's trying to track down this whore that was killed or whatever. I don't know if she was a whore, just like a court lady. I don't remember, but
I thought it was. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck got killed. Someone almost got killed, but then didn't because the guy felt bad about it, but someone did actually get killed. I don't know. Maybe it was a while ago. Maybe it was recent. I don't know.
She goes around and does like a really boring version of Twin Peaks, and just a really boring,
way less weird.
Surprisingly, this Chinese historical drama version of the world is less weird.
Yeah,
with moth ladies and actual magic and ghosts is less weird than Twin Peaks. But so the weirdest thing in the entire episode to me is that she to get information, she goes in and gets in with like these craftswomen, and she just spends the entire day with these craftswomen, and nobody thinks anything of it. She just walks around for hours.
You know what this show would be called if David Lynch directed it? Dull Holland Drive.
Oh, hey, we got them all today, dude. God damn, that was good. Anyway. So yeah, episodic. You gotta go solve a murder mystery with magic powers, but also talking to people, which I guess is very like Twin Peaks because there's magic powers and talking to people in Twin Peaks too. This is the Chinese, the Japanese Twin Peaks set in China. There you have it, guys.
That doesn't. But way less cool than that sounds.
Put that on the Netflix list.
Yeah.
Put that as a description.
All right. Yeah, I think. I got some more screenshots of this cute lady, but that's about all I had to say about that.
The opening, the singing in the opening is really off-putting. I my note is full caps. Sing like a normal person in the OP, please.
Were they trying to? I don't even remember it because I was so like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, did they try? They
were trying to
Chinese. They have like weird Chinese singing that sucks, and everyone tries to pretend it's good, so they don't act rude. I don't care that they like it. I'm fine that they like it, but I'm like, this sounds like horror, like death to me.
Do people have to pretend that Chinese music is good?
There's a Chinese character in, I think, is it Azure Lane? Some gacha game, and they got like a really famous, like classically trained, like Chinese singer to do, because the character sings, so she sings in Chinese, and it's like fucking ear-shatteringly horrible.
Oh yeah,
because she's doing it, the traditional like perfect right way or whatever. But it's just like,
yeah. Well, their language isn't conducive to it for one, and they also have bad taste.
And they also have like, they interpret reality completely differently from us because they're the most different you could possibly be while still being human. So it's like, of course we're not going to like this, but people, there was this huge Twitter fight of people just being like, yo, this obviously sounds like fucking ass. And like other white people being like, no, you don't fucking get it. She's doing it right. There was
no, they never had any sort of cultural overturn. There was never like it's just like straight. I mean, it's been China. It's the oldest nation on the planet. It's like what the fuck. There's never been any sort of like underculture.
There's like it's a huge country.
Of course.
They got you got crazy. You got like.
I'm sorry. Do you not let me to generalize?
You got, like, Muslim China. You got like crazy
Uyghur,
Mongolian China. But yeah, there's just been that main part has just been going for 5,000.
The cultural
years.
epicenter.
So their singing is gonna sound all fucked up because they've just been hanging out.
Yeah,
it's like our country's only existed for like 250 years. We've got hyperpop already. Imagine 10 times that amount of time. It's gonna be fucking crazy. Imagine 100 gex, but you just keep fucking you keep training it like an AI model for centuries, for millennia. It's gonna be the worst shit you could possibly imagine. Imagine just Sophie.
Yeah.
Imagine Sophie 5,000 years from now, what she would do if you kept.
Yeah,
her
we're
brain in
70.
a jar.
We're 75 years from people playing the bottle and spoons.
That sounds awesome. No, like,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's 75 years in our past.
Yeah, okay,
yeah. We're 75 years ago. We were playing. We had the Jew harp and then the bottle.
Just a guy with a banjo who's not even singing, who's just kind of like talking loudly.
Yeah.
That video, that documentary of Popcorn Sutton making his last his last moonshine batch. He's gonna kill himself instead of go to jail, and he's like 80, and there's like an old guy just like with a banjo singing about get me some of that good old Mountain Dew.
Two of the best sequences in any movie ever. One of them is in Days of Heaven. It's the sequence where the one of the workers is tapping, and they're is tap dancing on just like a piece of wood that they have, and then someone's playing like a banjo and along with it, and it's like a kind of a big party night because they had a good harvest. And then another one of the best scenes ever is in Heaven's Gate. The
other movie I get that confused with.
Yeah, 1980, Michael Cimino.
That's the one that's the deer hunter guy?
That's right.
Oh,
yep.
Okay, that's the one that was a mess. Okay, gotcha.
It's the one that killed United Artists. Yeah, it was the movie so profoundly expensive and disastrous that it killed killed the studio that made Citizen Kane. Watch the director's cut. It's pretty entertaining. But in that movie, they have a skate hall. They have like a roller skating hall in this town.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one sequence where a guy playing a fiddle is fiddling while skating, and the camera just is in front of him as he's skating forward and fiddling, and it like tracks with him around the circle over and over and over again. It is hypnotic. It is like you completely understand exactly what that must have been like at that point in time, where like you have no other entertainment. I'm entertained by this right now.
Yeah.
In my seat, watching this in a movie, or in my fucking house or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it really sells how special that must have been. Tremendous sequence, phenomenal attention to detail, terrific performance, amazing camera work, lit as hell. Anyway,
then of course there's Deliverance.
Yes, the other one I can point to is an example of our culture, American culture, encapsulated in 3 scenes.
So someone gets shamed by being made to dance badly, and then the rest of my notes are Z's, as in sleeping.
I bet David liked this. I'm gonna turn David onto this and see if he likes it.
Like, it's like Bartender.
He's like, no shit.
It's like Speed. It's like Speed Grapher. Did you watch Speed Grapher?
Have I, or did he?
Did he?
He did, yes.
Okay. I thought it was like, did I just dream that?
No, he totally did.
Something weird he would watch, or he watched Speed Grapher for some reason. Isn't that like 50 episodes?
I have it as 24.
Oh, okay.
But yes, he did.
That's wild. So, I got more cute screenshots of this lady. They take the makeup off her because they don't want to draw all the fancy Chinese shit on her, but she looks best when she has all the shit on her face.
She's very cute.
as is true of most Chinese women. Am I right, you guys?
I can still picture in my head exactly what that one girl looked like on Are You Hot? The early 2000s reality TV
why
show
did
that
you
we
have
watched.
to remind me? I had finally forgotten. Dude. Oh my god!
I know exactly. Every feature of her face is burned into my brain.
I guess we would need. I guess because this is technically a podcast, we should probably reiterate. But we watched a like game show, I guess, from the early 2000s called. Wait, what was it called? Are You Hot?
Are You Hot? Question mark.
Are You Hot? And they would bring out people. And I think the audience or judges or
judges,
the judges,
panel of three judges
would vote on who was hot, and it was like everyone was basically hot, and I think the point was that the judges were like overly picky. It's like I don't know, it was just like whatever. But they brought out this fucking lady where we were all just like, wah.
Yeah, she was the hottest female specimen I've ever seen in my entire life.
In my life.
Yeah.
It was like it was a paradigm shift where I was like fucking horrified.
There's just
it was distressing.
That person existed in that form for about 6 years, and nobody cannibalized her, which is a real shame because that's really what.
I didn't get to cannibalize.
Yeah,
her.
If somebody should have, it's just look, that's the best meat. That's the best. I'm not the kind of person that would do that. But if anybody's listening, but if somebody were to, that's the one you want. That's the rarest meat of all. Just the most prime unicorn of a species. It's not about that. You don't understand. And I don't either, because I wouldn't do that.
Nice. Okay. Next show. Yeah. Wow, you even watched this one.
Oh, I was in the mood, man. I was like, yeah, this is watching anime.
Just keep that up until part 3.
I always do. That's where my A game starts to kick in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just warming up.
Okay, this one is called this one's called Noumin Kanren no Skill Bakka Agetetara Nazeka Tsuyoku Natta, or I've somehow gotten stronger when I improved my farm-related skills.
Me for the first 18 years of my life.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I was thinking like, okay, farming, isekai. It's not an isekai. I don't think. I think it's just fantasy. Light novel. Wait, where the hell's the fucking? Oh, Studio A Cat. Wait, really? A Cat? Didn't they do? Is there a different cat that did Pop Team Epic? This must be a different cat. Some cat. Yeah. Farming. My first note is good God. There's this CG dragon that's actually, I actually kind of respect this dragon. It's like almost a style at this. It looks like CG from a late 90s like PC game.
I was gonna say it looks like video card art from 1998, which is like the old.
Yeah.
It's
although
really
video card art is always like a cyber lady. I don't know how much.
Didn't always be that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, dude. I mean, it almost looks like clay. It almost looks like something that you would see in an ad for like, these are crafts that these are advanced crafts for older kids, you know, and it's like you can do stuff like this dragon.
It's almost like they were trying to imitate claymation. It's such a it's why would you? Yeah, it's wild. Just like
the lighting is absolutely fucked. I mean, the lighting is fucked beyond belief on this thing.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, they must have just had a model where you couldn't change the light. Like the technology had wasn't like, oh shit, now we can't make the light match the character. This is all fucked.
Look at how muddy and gross the textures are, and like it's not low res.
If you make them like, if you give them too much detail, then it looks out of place. But if you give too little, it's out of place. You're fucked. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Dude, it's literally just one step beyond fucking Transformers Beast Wars. It's like the next step from It's Transformers Beast Machines from a few years later.
And look at
this is about the head is about to pop out of this. So the fucking neck is gonna slide back, and then Megatron's head is gonna pop up. No, the dragon head's gonna turn into an arm, and then he's gonna have a sword. The tail will be a flail, and that will be Megatron from this set.
Look at that fire effect. Yeah, this is good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's someone's fighting a dragon. Our main character is a farmer. He's strong. He also has insight. Great, it's the RPG insight. Though. It's that's them. That's our people. So he beats something, and then he goes into town and he gets thanked by a lady. And she wants him to like work for like the kingdom, and he's like, no, I farm. He should be stoic, like he should be like Ryan Gosling and Drive. He's too anime guy-ish. If he were just like a total autistic, if he were like the Goblin Slayer guy, and had no personality, it would be better than having like this personality. If he was like, nope, farm.
Yeah.
If he was like talking in caveman speak, and he was like, no, Igor plant bean. Igor till dirt to plant bean, and everyone was just trying to suck his dick.
All of his stats are in farming, not in int, not in communication, not in luck. It's no charisma.
I want a male Megumin, but instead of speccing all into explosions, he specced all into farming.
Just farm.
This is actually a fantastic idea, and they fucked it up. This is a great idea. Now that we're brainstorming this, we've just come up with a way better. This is so much better than what this is. We just
if you take 2 seconds to think about it. Yeah.
He was just like, oh, what if it's too specific? It won't sell as well. What if you made it good? You fucking bitch. Ugh.
And like they try to enlist him to help and like become a part of the court or whatever, and he literally can't even comprehend what's going on. They're like, do you want? And they can't get through to him until one of the court ladies is like, I think I'll try something. Big farm, and it's like, he's like, oh, big farm. It's like
that's like almost what happens, but like they don't go that like he's not that dumb, but he should be way dumber.
Come for big farm. Me come for big farm.
Yeah. They have to like pretend that all the monsters he's killing are like weeds. They have to convince him that they're weeds.
Yeah. Well, you know what they do is they build around the castle. They start making everything surrounding it farmland, so that the monsters have to go through the farmland to get to the castle. And then there you go. Like he immediately has incentive to fight instantaneously.
He's the guardian. Yeah.
That's right.
That's good. That's all good. And there's a really weird.
This is not that.
I don't know if this was just my. I imagined something wrong, or I was confused, but like I felt like there was a weird cut where she was like trying to recruit him. He's like, no, sorry. He leaves, and then it cuts to what seems like another scene. And he's like driving along in his like cart, and then he runs into her again, and she's like, hello again. But it's like we saw her like 5 seconds ago in the last scene. I don't know if that was just me. It threw me off. I was like, what the fuck? You were just there, and now you're over here. But anyways,
man, do you want to just? I mean, this is what this shit drives me crazy now. But like, how hard it is to just get people in and out of scenes in media, getting people from place to place, knowing exactly the amount of time that people need to be off screen to imply travel. All of this it's such a difficult.
You know that anecdote about SpongeBob, right? You've heard that one?
No.
When there's a scene where who the fuck I think it's who's the big guy who has the specific burger orders? Bubble
Bass.
Bubble Bass. There's a scene where like he walks over to talk to Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob, but Squidward's there, and he just like throws him the fuck off the screen, and it's just because they couldn't figure out how to make Squidward leave, so he just throws him for no reason.
That's funny as hell.
It's insanely fucking funny. Yeah. So I should have.
That is terrific.
Just getting fucking thrown.
Well, yeah, you're in the one show where you can do that.
Yeah, like, there's like a trail of bubbles behind him, and just like out of here, gone.
I'm gonna Google that while you keep talking.
I think it was Bubble Bass, but it could just be Mr. Krabs. Someone had to throw Squidward. Someone had to get Squidward out of the scene.
Bubble Bass throws Squidward. Yep. Yeah, just throws him right at the camera. That's great stuff. I did not know that. That is too funny.
I need to play this. Hold on. Just for this scene, they had to just have this happen. Just fucking. Okay. Yeah. So.
What a great gag.
Yeah. So yeah, my notes. Monsters. There's truly nothing to write about here. Someone's name is Romeo Van Dead. There's these crazy CG fish. I don't know, man.
Romeo Van Dead is my immortal character name.
Absolutely. Or a Star Wars Extended Universe character.
Man, I'll never.
It's like Von Dead, like undead, you know?
Oh, it's great.
Because you know about Darth Ondedu, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember fucking I think somebody did this recently, but I did this 5 years ago, I think, which was Star Wars character, a SoundCloud rapper, and
that was solid gold.
That's devious. There's no way.
Completely impossible.
Yeah. Never in a million years.
The only winning move is not to fucking play, dude.
Yes, sir. That's like the Kobayashi Maru for sure. Again.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't have any more notes for this. Oh, he catches this guy's sword. Oh yeah, the bad guy. He catches the sword with his hands. That was funny. I like that. And then I think at the end he's working for. But then the big farmer gets the big field. It's it says it's a wasteland, but it's like also he has magic farming power, so I don't know why that would be a problem for him.
Literally doesn't even work. Literally doesn't even work because of the fucking premise of the show.
The premise of the show is he's good at farming. So him being presented with a giant, barren, infertile field he would be like, all right, let's go. Even a real farmer would just be like, all right, I'm gonna buy 2,000 pounds of ammonium nitrite and try not to get arrested.
You literally you just gave a master craftsman too much marble. It's like, what the fuck are you this is literally your whole shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is your whole shit, man.
You could give me that shit and I'd be like, all right, let's go. I just gotta get some nitrogen in this bitch.
It was free land.
Yeah. People kill each other for that. People would still kill each other for that.
You were given free land, and your thing is that you're good at making the land produce.
You're magic. You're the best in the world.
You're so good at farming that you're a killing machine.
You made a show. They made a show out of it.
You're so good at farming. You can throw carrots and kill dragons.
And then he sees a field of just dirt, and he's like, "No!" Like, dude, what?
Motherfucker.
Are you fucking for real?
It works in a different show. That gag makes complete sense in a different show, but this is the only show.
Yeah, if you had a show where a guy was good with swords, and then you're like, you have to farm now because you're not allowed on sword duty because you lost your sword privileges, then that would be that.
It is the opposite of a joke.
It's the opposite of an event. of a thing
Yes,
that
yes.
happens. It's an anti.
It is anti-drama. It is a man experiencing psychosis. In that moment, he has lost his sanity completely. He is completely drifted out of the world that he exists in. And forgotten himself. That's a man going through a psychotic break. It's not a joke.
Yeah, he's truly lost it.
Anyway,
what's a word for a thing that happens? Not revelation. A thing that happens in a show or
where's a beat? You got your I mean, a beat is the first thing that comes to mind.
Whatever. I lost it.
Whatever.
And
a twist.
No. Like an occurrence. No, it's not it either. But it's the opposite of that. Yuusha party. Yuusha party. Well, it's actually called Beast Tamer, but the title starts out Yuusha party o Tsuihou Sareta Beast Tamer Saikyoushu no Nekomimi Shoujo to Deau. Let's see. The Beast Tamer who was exiled from his party meets a cat girl from the strongest race. Uh-oh. Hey, now easy. I didn't know she was Filipino up in here.
The most powerful
race. Yes, Beast Tamer. Beast Tamer is what I call
here. Okay, we're back.
We are back. The stream is back. I should listen to this. I wonder if it sounds okay.
I'm trying to punch holes in this.
What I call okay, sure. So we're back there. So it's a good thing I didn't finish that joke because the stream cut out right when I absolutely froze and bombed. Are you gone again?
That's convenient timing, man.
Okay, yeah.
Can't
because
blame
I got stuck between. I wanted to say Beast Tamer is what I call me when I JO, but then I was like, oh, should I say it's what I call my right hand and then leave it at that? I don't know.
Too many. Just a world of opportunities, and you chose none of them.
The beast is my penis. Is the premise of the joke.
Generally, when there is a thing that is being referenced, it's probably my penis or another person's penis, maybe somebody's ass, but typically it's a penis of some kind.
Yeah. Yes. So it's much like the entire title explains. He gets kicked from his party for being useless because he's a beast tamer and he can't do much. This could be an amicable. I don't know why his party has to be such jerks about it. They are very, very mean to him, and I guess that's to make you try and make you feel something in the show.
The only language I know is cruelty.
Exactly. So he's fired. But he goes off on his own. He talks to some local children, but they like him. They like his funny little animal tricks he does where he has pigeons do things or whatever. And then he goes on a quest, and he encounters a large monster who for some reason he can't tame. I don't know why, but he's going to get killed. And then he meets a cat girl who kills it by kicking it. And she teams up with him. They team up, and he forms a contract with her. He's going to tame her because she's, I guess, a beast, an animal, even though the animal that was going to kill him wasn't, and he couldn't do anything about that.
Wait, what?
I felt like the episode was like 52 minutes long. That's all that happens. I just went through the whole thing. My last note is a frowny face.
I do want to touch the cat girl's ears.
I think he does.
I
think he pets her. And I think there's more girls coming, but they don't look like... One of them looks like an animal girl. I don't know. Maybe the other ones are a different kind of animal that don't got ears. One of them looks like maybe some kind of fox. The other two are like twins, blonde twins. They might be people, or they might be maybe like something without ears. But yeah.
Yeah, I want to touch them.
Oh yeah, I want to touch them, but I don't want to watch.
I figured it was important to address that.
No, I'm glad you got that in.
Yeah, because it would be remiss to not mention the fact that I want to touch the cat girl and pet them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But is that a given at this point, or do I do? What do you think?
No, I think it's important that you bring that up when it's relevant.
Well, it could be anybody's first episode, so
that's also true. Yeah,
it could be anybody's first episode. So it's probably we should probably open the episode
you don't
with
leave too much to the audience. Something's got to just be explained.
What are you gonna jump into War and Peace 500 pages in? No. I don't know what any of these fucking obnoxious characters
I'm not
are.
Jump into it one page in.
Damn.
All right. See Danchi.
Let's do it. Close it out. Bring it through the finish line, baby.
C boy. Oh, that would be Danchi. This is Danchi, which I guess means housing complex, also known as. I want to see
your chin. That's for sure. I want to get a look at that thing.
Okay, that doesn't really sound like the title of the show.
I want to see your penis.
This is not a show about vampires. I don't.
But wouldn't it be spooky if it was? How spooky!
Dude, that would be so fucking scary if there was suddenly a vampire out of fucking nowhere. You know what would be really scary if anything happened in this show?
It would be really scary if there was like a ghost.
A ghoul?
If like
maybe?
you were
Dude,
a
if there
goblin.
Was a ghoul, I would freak the fuck out so hard.
Let me bring up a list of things that would be scary if they existed. Okay. Here. I have a list.
Hell.
I have a list.
Because boy, would I be going there.
Sasquatch, Godzilla, King Kong, Loch Ness, Goblin Ghoul, zombie with no conscience. Question: What do these things all have in common? Everybody knows I'm a motherfucking monster. So those are things that would be spooky.
Damn, that is so fucking scary. I that's why I've never listened to that song, because I'm afraid I'm gonna get too scared because it's about monsters.
Anyway, see Danchi.
See Danchi. This is an Adult Swim show.
I watched the dub.
I also watched the dub. True to I wanted to say true to the. I don't even know if there's a Japanese dub. I didn't even check.
I gotta say, this English voice acting is fucking terrible.
It's not great.
It's awful. The little girl voice is so off, but they just can't do the little girl voice.
Yeah, the version I have has no Japanese audio track, so this might just be in English right now. Yeah, it's not a good voice work. The little girl sounds weird and annoying. The adults do not sound like convincing. The dialogue's not very well. It's like too expository and too dialogue-y.
Oh, so expository.
So expository, and everyone's all just like, "Huh, that's so you, Yamamoto. How about you?" And it's like, I get it. Everyone's sitting around and talking because they know each other. I don't know.
It's so
like
clinical.
Yeah, it's very like this has to be done to have a show.
Let's see. I gotta bring up my notes real quick because I went in on this for a really long time.
Super sterile by the numbers.
Can anyone please speak like a real person?
Or like an interesting character.
Because there's some stuff that's happening here. I like that their hang spot is in like a dugout. It's like a bunch of old dudes hanging out at a dugout near a baseball field, which is like a cool place to have a conversation. It's just that I can't latch on to any of these characters because they don't distinguish themselves with the way that they talk at all, not even a little bit. They've got three old men that are all like, I hope that the little girl is okay.
Yeah, which is fine, but yeah, it's just like the way they talk is just like it brought me out of it so hard. And then, there's a little girl, and she's like, whatever. She's bubbly and curious. And then, wait, I gotta go back. This is, like an adult. This is an Adult Swim show. It's a Toonami. Like they like, it was they like, it's a Japanese studio, Akatsuki, but this is.
Oh my God! I just realized something.
But
Sorry, keep going.
It's written by someone with a pseudonym. Written by Amphibian. Okay. I assume
this
that's
is
not a Japanese guy.
This is 4 episodes long. Is this filling the spot that is vacant because they didn't finish Uzumaki?
What's Uzumaki?
The adaptation of the Junji Ito manga, the swirl face. Because they've been working on an Uzumaki adaptation.
No,
specifically.
There's only 4 episodes because only 4 have aired so far.
Are we sure of this?
It's only listed the 4 that aired. Yeah.
Okay. Because the other shows I think have lists of like the actual episode count, unless I'm mistaken. I have 4 episodes on Wikipedia, and all the other ones have.
Oh shit! Actually, hold on. Okay.
No, it's only 4 episodes.
Oh, weird.
This feels like spot filler for the Uzumaki adaptation that's not done yet, because that was supposed to come out this October in time for Halloween, and they pushed it. Like they announced in August that they were pushing that because it wasn't going to be done in time.
Is Adult Swim doing that?
Adult Swim is adapting Uzumaki. Yeah, they're paying to have it adapted.
Oh, it's coming together. Who the fuck is Amphibian?
Let's see. Let's get a look at this related media publication. Okay, in 2019 at Crunchyroll Expo, a 4-episode anime television series adaptation of Uzumaki was announced. There was a teaser in June of 2020, a second teaser in June of 2021, and then they had to scrap it and start from the beginning. And they delayed it from 2021 to October 2022. And then in the end of June 2022, they announced that they were going to delayed indefinitely at the request of the production staff. So they cannot, there's no announced date at all for that Uzumaki adaptation.
Weird. Yeah, this guy, Amphibian, is only credited as writing a psychological horror visual novel called Raging Loop. Okay.
So how is it taking them this long to do an Uzumaki adaptation when they're just rotoscoping the characters?
Rotoscoping takes a while. And we also wrote Fate Grand Order. Okay, well, at least he's Japanese, because I couldn't shake the paranoia that, like, okay, it's like an anime, but it's like it's like an American funded anime, and of course, like it's like it seems by the end of this episode that the true monster is intolerance. And I was like,
yeah.
God damn it. Why, like, because the formula for this episode that plays out like at least 3 times is like something spooky happens and then it turns out to be nothing.
And there's a cold open. There's a spooky thing that happens in the cold open in the episode.
Yeah. What was that again?
There's like, they got a big guy. They got to kill the big guy because he's going after a little girl.
Yes, right. Okay, yeah, so maybe something will happen eventually, or then maybe that was a dream or something. It's weird. They this is okay, man. It's so weird. So it's 4 episodes. In the first episode, nothing happens, so that's a great start. Like they released. I remember watching a trailer / they just released a scene from this before it aired, and it's the scene where they're in the basement just like looking around, and it's the most boring fucking scene ever. It's the most boring scene in this episode.
How do they take such
Why would
cool stuff and sap it of all of like the drama? Like how this is also the softest world. It's simultaneously the most expository I've ever seen anything, while also having the least the softest world building. Because they're all living in this apartment complex that's like on a hilltop in a forest somewhere, and it's like on an island. And they've got these bunkers underneath the apartment complex. And all of these things sound like kind of unique and interesting location things. Like they just watch this funeral as it's happening with binoculars from the apartment complex that we never leave as the audience. We're always at that apartment complex the entire first episode. So I'm wondering, are they trapped in a dimension of apartment complex? Is this just some sort of
ghost?
Yeah, they could all be ghosts.
Yeah,
Could easily all be ghosts.
And like yeah, like, and I know like the Americans didn't write it, but it like reeks of like like, you know, Americans who have seen like, you know, 3 shows being like, what if we made like a really like psychological, like fucking crazy mystery and horror, and it's just like, man, you like this has been done better. You know, I kept thinking of remember the first episode of Summertime Render, and
I was literally just gonna say it makes me so desperately want to watch it.
Remember how it perfectly did like the first mystery psychological episode where it sets up all these things that you can't explain.
Holy
and
fuck.
You really, really want to know what's going on.
Holy fuck, dude.
And it's like all these weird things that aren't like just like silly random weird, but like just like you
clearly have
really
intention and are going to matter. Like they're like they're clearly going to factor into the plot in some way.
And this like does that, except it just then explains the thing that happened and it's nothing, instead of just leaving it for later, which would actually keep your interest. Although I guess they didn't explain the fish. Did they explain the fish?
No.
Okay, that was one thing they kept, I guess. That they didn't explain, that there's a bunch of fish, but they find a spooky, they find a spooky basement, and there's an older, like, cave part of the basement.
I mean, this reminds me a lot of the fish thing in particular. I mentioned this when we watched Summertime Rendering, I'm pretty sure, but this shit is like, it reminds me so much of Midnight Mass, because that's a beat in Midnight Mass, is that they got these fish that wash up, you know, and it's like what the fuck's the deal with all this crap, you know, like all these spooky things that are going on. When will they pay off? Midnight Mass does it fucking beautifully. That's like a great execution of it, and like this is a horrible cock tease, this show, because we now have to go through this entire season so that we can start watching Summertime Rendering, because goddamn, I want to watch it so bad.
Yeah, so it's like, and then there's a creepy hikikomori who draws like Lovecraftian monsters, but he just turns out to be like basically a nice guy. There's a scary muscular like simpleton sloth from the Goonies who also just turns out to be basically a nice guy. There's a bunch of Muslims that move in, and then they all just turn out to be like basically nice guys. So nothing is happening, nothing has happened, and like I'm not really. And then, you know, at the end, I was like, okay, we're in the last 2 minutes, so something is going to happen that they're not going to immediately burn and fucking and, you know, just like not leave any intrigue for. They're gonna give you a cliffhanger that's also probably gonna end up being nothing. She walks into the Hickey's room and he looks fuzzy or something. That's supposed to be like the crazy like lead in, you know, cliffhanger to the next episode. Is like, whoa, something made him fuzzy.
Man, the fucking first episode of Summertime Rendering ends with the main character getting shot in the face,
and you're like, yes, oh my god, that shit ruled. Oh.
That's good. I hope it's good, because even
if it's not good, that first episode is fucking. Wow, USDA choice.
Yes, sir. Masterful. Masterful. Really, like
Yeah.
it stuck with me. I remember so many of the plot beats. I'm still waiting to figure out what that one cop was up to when he looks in the camera and like clicks his teeth. Like, what the fuck could that mean?
Oh, I
These
think
these threads.
I think I got far enough that I know what that was. I want to know what that camera flash was during the funeral.
Yep,
You know, yeah,
perfect.
it's great. Um, yeah, and then she takes the new neighbor girl down to see the dead, desiccated dog that's in the basement. You want to see a dead body? And then, yeah, something happened with Fat Guy. Yeah, oof. That's I thought it was just gonna be like really boring. Like the art style kind of reminded me of that show from 10 years ago about just like the little girl in France and nothing happens and she's just in France. And but instead of just being boring, it's just like it's actively frustrating.
Yeah, we're just like, we're
stop,
just gonna
stop ruining the things that I was interested in, and then you just made it not interesting.
wielding this power with such reckless abandon, not understanding exactly what you're doing. It's like what if intrigue happens every 5 minutes? New intrigue. Okay, we're gonna resolve that one because we don't know how it'll factor into the plot. We can't string this along across 4 episodes.
Yeah, because there's no plot, because it's gonna be 4 episodes.
We can't. We have to just have a whole bunch of red herrings that immediately and not let them
Four
sit
episodes.
at all.
We have to basically have our climax like at the end of the next episode. So we have to introduce a plot of which there is currently zero. There's no conflict right now. At the end of the first episode, there is no conflict that's happening.
Okay, so a character that we don't know, we've met twice, might be fuzzy.
Something might have happened. Maybe he died in a weird way. And also someone froze. I don't know if that was a while ago. Someone died and there is a funeral.
Something might be happening to
also,
a guy that we
people
met.
are seeing lizard people sometimes at night or through their.
But it's an optical illusion.
Yeah, there's a theme of optical illusions.
Maybe they exist in a space between spaces. Maybe their see Danchi is like in between. It's like a couple of incongruous environments that don't fit together.
Yeah, I guess if it's named after the housing complex, then yeah, maybe it's some kind of weird. But then who are all these Arabs? What are they doing?
We slapped Sunny Boy into summertime rendering. We hope you like it.
I don't like it. Yep. Well, that's part one of autumn 20.
I'm learning a whole lot about the Lawson
dues.
store chain right now because I was at the.
You need to learn more. We were in a dozen of them at least.
I watched Pop Teen Epic season 2 episode 1 for this, and you have not watched it yet.
Oh yeah.
And I was just on the Wikipedia page for the creator of Pop Teen Epic, B. Cub Okawa.
Yeah.
B. Cub Okawa. And in Hepburn, Okawa Bukubu.
Okay, Bukubu.
And apparently he was kicked off of Twitter because he threatened the Lawson. That people seem to believe that he threatened the Lawson stores for some reason. Which is probably he was
awesome.
making a joke about threatening the gas station or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they have gas.
And I am now learning that Lawson, the store chain, originated in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, but exists today as a Japanese company. So there is your Lawson factoid of the day.
Well, I mean, same with 7-Eleven, right? I mean, or wait, wait, is it? Yeah,
Lawson no longer has any presence in mainland United States. Lawson exists only as an Asian company now.
Aren't there more 7-Elevens in Japan than in like? I mean, I think there's like almost as many or more than in the U.S. or something crazy like that.
Now, this is relevant to me because on the Wikipedia article for Lawson stores, there is an entry about its origins in Ohio, and there is a tub of French onion dip that was from a store in the town of my alma mater.
Wait. Hold on. Okay. I'll just tell you right now There are 9,300 7-Elevens in the United States. How many do you think are in Japan?
25,000.
There's 21,000.
Okay, I overshot it a little bit.
That was pretty good, though.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking like half our population, and not even half.
Yeah. There's
wow.
600 in Canada.
You know what, dude? If 7-Elevens were as good here as they are over there, I would want that many.
Oh, God. If you could just walk to one, dude, I would never cook for myself. It'd be a disaster.
Walk to one. I'm like, yeah, I'll just. I think today I'll have a steamed pork bun, and I'll enjoy a steamed pork bun and then a katsudon sandwich, and that'll be my meal, and I will wash that down with a Pocari Sweat. Thank you very much.
Damn right. Okay, are we ready to call this one then?
Part one, yeah. You know, this is a nice brief episode, so I hope people are, don't feel like they're cheated. Yeah, I feel like I hope nobody's cheated.
Hope you don't feel cheated. What was the song we were going at? Another very spooky song I got for you guys, or that you found actually. So thank you.
Thank you for the credit on that.
Yeah, hopefully we are able to do an episode pretty close to Halloween. Would be nice. We can
definitely
extra spooky one.
Yeah.
Also, we should finish up these fucking shows. I was planning on watching like as many as I possibly could today, but then I got distracted by adorable little spiders. But next time we're gonna rock it through these.
Yes,
shits.
sir.
See you next time. Well, this is just the channel intro. I'm sorry, this is not the music. We'll yeah. Oh, tweet at us. I'm a TimeCube basically.
I'm at Shakira but male.
Shakira but male. Podcast at GameStalker.com.
You better think twice, it's Halloween night. I dare you say Bloody Mary 3 times. I'll take you on a trip to the seaside and slap you till you can't breathe right. Call me the Ripper, I'll tear you apart. Like a stalker, I'm there in the dark. Call me a surgeon, I'll tear at your heart. You're in trouble if I step out the car. I'm a bad nightmare, call me Freddy. When you see me, you turn into jelly. Just like the Ring, I'll come at your telly. This is a warning, you better get ready. Ready or not, here I come. When I switch out, I make everybody run. I'll tear into you like a bullet from a gun. I'll beat you up like a hit from a drum. Some people call me a terror, but I'll tell them straight up whatever. If you really want it from this fella, I'll take you out and I bet you a tenner. I leave you locked up, down in the cellar. I'm out on my face, drunk off Stella. One sec, let me pick up the chainsaw and cut you up just like cheddar. I got the machete, call me Jason. Around me, you better be patient, or is you going down to the basement? And that's just me making a statement. I take anyone out like an invasion. For me, you better be making a payment. I'm a bad nightmare, call me Satan. Straight up terror, that's what I gave him.